back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a fresh tune-up that ain't been touched or done in about 17 years. And it most certainly definitely needs this done. As you can tell, I kind of cheated a little bit. I've already replaced the one of the wires right here because it was chewed up and it was causing a misfire from the mice. And the one to the ignition coil to the cap, that one I replaced already. But however, we do have a bunch of goodies to knock this out. And this is not what you say a repair video. This is pretty much I'm taking you along of showing you what I'm doing to the truck and things like that. But I'll leave some tips in every now and then. We got some transmission fluid because it's low. Distributor cap and rotor button in here, and full ignition kit, plug wires, spark plugs, air filter, and actually here's the old one. Look how nasty that is. I mean, that's just disgusting. So wonders it even ran. Some Canada Sea foam. This is what I do to every tune-up, and not a sponsor by them, but this stuff is really great to use. It's a 16 fluid ounce can. I think it was like $7. Cleans injectors, carburetor jets, stabilized fuel, dirty deposits, lubricates fuel, upper cylinders, a bunch of stuff. Danger, flammable. Alright, I think it pretty much sums it up. And I'll go ahead and get the camera set up and start knocking this out and getting this done. Alright, real quick, I'm going to go around the whole truck, just kind of show you an update. First of all, swap the tires from the 85 S10 to this one. Put the chrome rings around the fenders that was missing. Cleaned up the inside a little bit. Put some shine juice on that dash, made that look good. And cleaned up the seat with some leather cleaner. And back here, there's pretty much just some extra parts for the truck that's coming in on some later videos, possibly. Now, however, this truck does need to be washed still, yet the bed is back on it, as you can tell. Sneak peek, this is possibly what will be going on the truck soon. The exhaust is completely rotted to pieces, and there's no hope for it. So, 20 bucks later, and I got dual Flowmaster exhaust with chrome tips. 20 bucks. Best money I ever spent. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So maybe I'll do a video of washing this thing after 17 years because it's really nasty. Alright, so it's a 5.5, just in case you were wondering. Camera would focus. Oh well, camera ain't going to focus today. 5.5, and it's kind of cold again. Millimeter in size for the distributor cap. There's 2 bolts. Kind of shocked to see what's underneath this thing. I'm betting there's a lot of corrosion. Thank God this ain't points, because if it was points set up, the thing would probably never run sitting for 17 years. Little separators in the way to hold everything down. Man, these wires are tough. Wow. Yeah, some corrosion in there. It's actually not that bad, but so here's the rotor button. There's the lighting I was looking for. Camera's just not wanting to focus today. Anyhow, that's the rotor button. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new one. Big difference. Big difference. So anyhow, you can't mix these up. You see that notch inside. And I remembered how it came off. It came off just like this. So, and there's a notch inside the distributor where this actually goes. Of course, you can't see it from being that far away, but should be on there good. Alright, so next thing I want to do up here is there's a slit, as you can tell, into it. Well, if you look at this one, how it came off, that slit part goes at the back, just like this, and goes down. So I'm just going to set this down and bolt it up. Real quick. And then I'll put the wires on last, because I still got to do the plugs, and I don't want to put wires up here and the plugs last, or vice versa. Okay, distributor cap changed, rotor button changed. Here's the old one. It's really not that bad shape. I'll just keep it in the part stash pile for a rainy day, just in case I get another vehicle in here that needs ignition parts, or something happens to the new ones that I just installed. Alright, so spark plugs. It's time for those now. AC Delco, not a sponsor. I believe these are copper brand, but I don't care. This is what I run in every GM that I own, is AC Delco. I like them. Never had a problem out of them. Okay, so here becomes the funnest part, is getting to the spark plugs. Now I could pretty much get to, I believe, all three on this side without having to jack it up. But this side, that's another story. Now I can get to that one right there, but the steering shaft and the middle one and the last one, plug wire and spark plug, is going to be fun. Spark plug remover 3000. No, it's actually just some tall, curved tweezers, pliers, whatever you want to call them. Gonna go in here, and I'm gonna start on this side, because this side seems easier. Grab a hold of that boot and rev it off. If it breaks, it breaks. I got new wires. Alright, no wonder it ran so good. Check this out. AC Delco CR43TS. Check out what I got in my hand. Ta-da, same plug. It's really not that warm much, but you can tell the difference. So it's definitely time for a tune-up, but you can't kill AC Delco. It's got rust all over it. It's corroded. It looks to be cracked there at the bottom, but it still ran. So we'll go ahead and get this plug changed out. Alright, before you put this plug in, you need to make sure it's already gapped the right gap before you install it for your vehicle. If you look on the fan shroud, actually says it right here, 45 inches. And that's what the gap needs to be on each plug. So there is several different tools for this, I believe, but however, this is the one I use. See, this is inches. You start over here at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all the way to 100. However, take your gap tool, put it inside like that, slide it around until it lines up to what you need it to be, which is 45 inches. Just keep sliding it. Check it again. And should be right on 45 inches. Some of you might ask, what's the old one measured at? Well, let's find out. Just see how wore out this one actually is. Wow. What is that? 55, so 10 inches off. I always take a little bit of anti-seize and put it on the threads. Just a little dab, you don't need much. Which is this stuff right here. Made by Primitex anti-seize lubricant. And if you read the back, it does very, very high temperatures, so should be good. Anywhere from 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. So spark plug number 2 on this side, the middle one. She does have a little bit of stuff on the end, but it's not that bad. And another crusty one. This one was barely even in the block. It was loose. So no wonder the truck ran like it did. I'm really shocked that it ran that good. Well, this one bit me a little bit, but she's getting a little aggressive now. Check this out. Yeah, I'd say that needs replacing. Huh? Here's what's left of it, anyway. Just pieces. Some weeds. Like I said before, if I hadn't already, this truck was buried in some weeds in the woods or whatever. Grass is growing up all around it. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, this is number 1 on this side, or 2 on the 4.3. Wow. Check that out. It wasn't even tight. Okay. That's great. Wow. Yeah, looks about the cleanest out of all of them so far. Alright. Alright, it's time. Spark plug wires. Here's the old one. So basically what you do is you take one out of the pile or lay them all straight out. And each one that you get, now I know where this one right here goes because it has a boot on it like this. The rest of them have a boot like that. See what I mean? Difference. This one actually goes on the back side, left side over here, far back. So that one just be laid out of the way. And then we're going to take one, hold it up just like this, and if they're the same length, which this is a little off, you got to readdress this. It does come with dummy instructions. Who needs those, man? Throw that away. Actually, I think I might need this. Nah. You don't need that either. Alright, so take the wire that you measured up. And I have two of the same length, and they both are the closest that I have. These are two new wires. These are the same length, so I'm just going to pick one and use it, because that's about the only choice. Get a tube of this stuff. Tune-up dielectric grease. You lubricate the inside of here and here. You see the metal tab inside? Keeps it from corroding, and also whenever you go to ever pull them back off in the future for whatever reason, they don't stick and they don't rip or tear up, because the little connectors inside of here will actually rip off. I've had that done before. Alright, it's all pretty. I kind of made some own spark plug wire separators out of zip ties. It's a good way to use if you don't have any, which this one doesn't, except for right there, factory, and you can't buy them new. So anyway, all the plugs and wires, cap and rotor's done, air filter's installed. I'm going to put the air cleaner on it real quick, put this air duct hose for the air cleaner on, and we'll fire it up. Let's fire it up. Didn't even smoke. Alright, it's up to temperature now, and she took almost 3 quarts of transmission fluid. So that could have been why the truck was messing up whenever he had it, the guy I bought it from. So, and as you can tell, the idle's going up and down. I'm having issues with the injectors, mainly because of the fact of that old fuel that got sent up here. I'm just going to have to run it to hopefully run that seafoam through it. Maybe that'll help. If not, then I'm going to have to take the throttle body off and completely rebuild it, put new injectors in it. But I think that's going to do it for this video. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And let me know what you think about stuff like this. A little repair work on the side without actually showing you repair work. Just showing you what I'm doing behind the scenes. As always, consider subscribing and make sure you have the notification bell on, and stay tuned for more, guys, content like this. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.